We are back here at Whip Salon on Carolina Women. Erin and I are pleased to say hello, Christopher Schembra. And it was funny because I was telling Erin and Maria a little bit about our relationship, and Maria's like, cut it. Let's talk about this on TV.
Yeah.
So let me say, I am really excited to have you on. As I said before, you've gone through a lot of iterations in your life, and I've watched you grow. And we talk about fixed mindset or growth mindset. You probably have one of the best growth mindsets I've ever had, meaning you've reinvented yourself, and with each time it's with a depth and a breadth. He is an author of The Gratitude Guru. He's written 2 books. He is a well-known international speaker. He's a world traveler. Can I say that too?
Oh yeah, we love travel.
He's also the founder of the 747 Club. And I'll let you speak to that. I could sit here and talk and take up to 5 minutes and we wouldn't even have a bite of all the things that you've done. So welcome.
Thank you for having me. And it's I want to start off by giving tremendous gratitude to Dr. Debi Lynes. You mean so much to our community and so much to this island, but most importantly, you've meant at the largest chapters of change in my life. You've been there every step of the way as a role model, as a confidant, as a dear friend, as a fairy godmother. And I honestly say I wouldn't be where I am today without your helping and guiding and nurturing hand, and I wanted to publicly thank you for that.
I'm grateful for that.
Because I think
pretty amazing.
I think a lot of people owe a tremendous amount of debt to the sacrifice that you've made to this community, and I hope that your legacy and how you've served families for close to 50 years. It's not showing though, but the age is, you're looking great. But I hope this island does great tribute to your legacy, because you've given an entire lifetime to this island.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And she knows everybody on it.
Between the all of us, between the 3 of us, we do. There's not many people that have sacrificed your family's time, your own home's space, to welcome people in at their darkest hour, and you do that with the generosity and grace, and I probably owe my entire life to it, so I thank you for that. Well, I am very grateful for that.
So much for your intro.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Well, I want to hear what you're doing right now. You're here from New York. Every time I listen to you, you're on an airplane going somewhere speaking to a group. Can you talk to us a little bit about the Gratitude Guru and some of the things you do now?
Yeah, you know, for the last 9 years and 1 month, I've been obsessed with solving a huge problem in our world. We believe the world is going through a crisis of disconnection, and we have an epidemic of loneliness. The Surgeon General of the United States, Vivek H. Murthy, put out a few years ago a study, a haunting statistic showing that 51% of the American workforce reports feeling lonely on a consistent basis. This is equivalent to the reduction of lifespan, loneliness, of smoking 15 cigarettes a day.
Yes, it is.
7 years off your life. So we have an epidemic of loneliness where people don't know how to connect in meaningful ways. Now, connection, social connection, doesn't just provide happiness and success and all these beautiful things. It's the key to wellness, to living a long life. It's a really big crisis that we're in right now, and we've been privileged to be able to build a company that goes into amazing organizations, whether it's the United States government or big companies or small law firms, you name it, to help tackle that challenge with a few products and services.
Is it mainly the younger generation, or is this
touching
all of the
Could I ask you a question?
Yes.
Do you know people older than you, or do you know people younger than you that might feel socially isolated at times in their life?
Yes.
Yes, and yes to both?
Yeah.
It's a both issue. I think loneliness, social isolation, mental health looks different to everybody. We use different things to distract ourselves from connecting authentically with others. The younger generation might use TikTok. The older generation might use the TV dinner.
Right.
The crossword puzzles.
The old crossword puzzles. The older generation might not get out of their home to go to church as often, or the country club as often as they once did. The social connections they had when their kids were in high school, meeting all those other great school parents, they might not have those anymore. And so every generation
It's
is
a
prone.
species problem.
Yeah, it's a species problem.
So 5 minutes isn't even enough to talk about 747
No,
Club and the books that
so
you've written.
interesting.
But we would love to have you back on. We can always do it for Zoom.
I thank you for having
Maybe
me.
once a
Thank
month.
you.
can
Maybe
fly
once
in?
a
If you're out there and you are feeling some type of a pang of anxiety, of overwhelm, having trouble sleeping, your body just doesn't feel right, you may have tried a lot of things in your life, look into the epidemic of loneliness, do some research around that. No matter what age you are, there are solutions out there for you, and you're not alone.
And here's what they look like. Connect. Stay with us. We'll be
Connect.
right back here on Carolina Women.